Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today we're showcasing Shadow Scizor in the Ultra League Summer Cup along with Golisopod and Talonflame. This is a very strong team with a few weaknesses, Belly Bolt being one of the main weaknesses. We are kind of ABA weak to the Belly Bolt, so this is not a team I necessarily recommend, but it was a team that I found a little bit of success with and caught some good situations, and Scizor can be an absolute menace in the right spots, but you do have to watch out for the Incinerate users in this meta, mostly Talonflame and Skeledirge. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here we go. Game number one, going to be Golisopod into Drampa, this dragon type we actually just featured in our last video. Excuse me. We're burping right away. I just took a big sip of coffee. I'm going to get absolutely canceled. I burped in the video. I'm not editing it out. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to edit out the burp. Make fun of me in the comments if you want. Golisopod. Getting shields off of Drampa, the grandpa. And we are going to let this go. We take our shield advantage, go down, and Scizor, I know this is just a Swift, so I'm willing to take this. Scizor's glassy, but can take a Swift, no problem. And then what's going to come in? It's going to be a Skeledirge. So we got to get out of there immediately. And this is not ideal by any means, but they're staying in, which tells me, okay, maybe whatever's in back isn't the best answer to Talonflame. I do successfully shield a Shadow Ball. That's a good start, that we don't get baited by a Torch Song. So we're saving some energy since Shadow Ball is 55 energy, and these flies we're throwing are only 45 energy. We are going to shield up again, and it is another Shadow Ball, perfect. And I've got the double fly here. So I'm just going to go back-to-back flies. If he catches, so be it. I kind of have to throw this immediately. And we are going to knock out the Skeledirge. And I'm feeling pretty good. Now we got the 2-on-1 fast break. And what's in back? Oh, it's a Fortress. And we are in a good spot here. I could have actually gone for the Flame Charge here because 15 turns is before Fortress would ever get to a threatening move. So I could have committed to the Flame Charge there, but I just went for the Fly immediately, because I know Scizor, after that damage, could close things out here. And that is a good game to start. The Skeledirge was definitely scary there for a moment, but we're able to get the win. 30-38. Been kind of hovering around this range for a while. As we search for the next one, I think this was like a longer queue time here. Oh. Drag that back a little bit as we prepare for the next opponent. Let me know in the comments what you guys are running in Ultra League Summer Cup. Were there any teams in the graphics that we posted in the last video? Well, not the last video, but the video before that. The last team graphics video. If any of those teams have been helpful for you, you found some success. Here we go. Golisopod into Decidueye. Decidueye going to run Astonish, Spirit Shackle, and Frenzy Plant, if you're unaware. And the thing about, like, I talk about learning energy counts and stuff, is you have a Pokemon like Decidueye that you may not see very often, but because you know the energy of moves, Astonish being 10 energy, Frenzy Plant being 45, and Spirit Shackle being 40, you know that it's 4 every time for Spirit Shackle, and it's 5-4 for Frenzy Plant. So that's where, like, knowing energy can help with the counts. And we're going to let this go. We're just going to take our shield advantage. Spirit Shackle knocks us out. And I'm going to come in with Talonflame, go for the Incinerate down. What's going to greet our bird? Bird is the word. Tentacruel, not ideal. Not ideal. This bulky water type's going to take whatever we have to dish out, no problem. And I actually decide to take this energy because I figured if I swapped Scizor, he's going to get to like 2 moves before I even threaten him at all. So I take it on Talonflame, and now we're going to come in with Scizor behind our shields. The lack of pressure with the Fury Cutters is a little bit tough here. Oh, baby! But it's a Cradilly in back. They tried to catch a Night Slash potentially, but we have Scizor, and once we unveil the Scizor, they are out of here. That does so much damage to the Cradilly. The Tentacruel looked kind of scary there for a moment. Definitely a core breaker as well for this team now that I look at it. Yeah, Tentacruel is definitely not not the best thing to see. So full disclosure, this is not necessarily a team I would recommend, but if you want to, you can run it. Here we go. Chillis FM, content creator. He beat us in our last video. Let's see if we can get our revenge this time. Golisopod into Virizion. He's just going to go straight Leaf Blade here. Fury Cutter just being a more efficient mode of damage. Going to be a little bit helpful in that matchup over Shadow Claw, because they're essentially the same attack, but Fury Cutter being one turn and getting that same type of attack bonus is helpful for it. Sometimes doing more damage than Shadow Claws would be doing. Here we go. Scizor doing some nice damage. I don't really want to switch lock myself and potentially get debuffed on Scizor, so I actually decide to just stay in, force him to throw energy here. And I think I go for a super aggressive Fury Cutter down. Man, look at these Fury Cutters chunking the Kingdra. We get so much energy. In comes Virizion. Gonna go for the Scizor here. And I figure with a Virizion lead, whatever's in the back, Talon doesn't really want to see. So I kind of just sacrifice it here, catching a move and also getting an Incinerate through. I know he's probably going to counter me with something, but I get some utility out of my Talonflame there. Just going to go straight for Fly. Fly, Talonflame, Fly. Flap away. So Gary should be at like 11 turns here. And now they should be at 20. So they're getting close to that next Aqua Tail. About 4 Dragon Breaths off. And then check out what I do here. This is kind of simple, but it's a valuable play. I throw the Fly, and then I don't do an Incinerate. I wait for my switch timer to come up, and then I combo with the Night Slash. If I locked myself into the Incinerate, they would have been able to Aqua Tail me. And now Scizor just going to close things out here. GG there. Let's go, baby. On to the next one. Yeah, Ultra League Summer Cup. See, you see quite a lot of the same things, I would say, in this cup. It seems like one of the more condensed metas, but there's a lot of options. So there's a lot of ways you could probably spice things up, because when I was looking at the inventory, like there's so many Pokemon that I have that you can use in this, but it seems like you see a lot of the same sort of things in this meta, which can be a good thing, right? It helps you learn certain matchups and helps you kind of learn the ins and outs of a team, different situations, but sometimes it's more fun seeing the more variety, but sometimes like it gets a little crazy. I feel like the Open Great League is a little crazy right now, where you see like so much variety, where you never really know what you're going to face. Let's see. We're Q timing. Skip ahead a little. Here we go. Pidgeot. Oh, terrible lead. We found a Core Breaker. I wasn't really sure what to do here. I guess I could have also... That's so embarrassing. I let in a free Gust. Oh my gosh. Concentrate Rise. Concentrate Rise. I sneak an Incinerate here on the catch, so we do something. Maybe like safe swapping Scizor into this would have been the best play, but bro, now we're countered by a Belly Bolt. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Attack Rose. I guess I just let this go. Save shields for Scizor. Maybe I should have shielded that though, honestly. Because maybe Talonflame was like my best method of trying to ramp up and do something. Parabolic Charge, we shield. Over farming. I throw the Night Slash here, and then I was like, wait a sec. He's double boosted. This might not be enough to knock out, actually. And, no, never mind. It still does. In comes Pidgeot, but the problem here is Pidgeot still has both Protect Shields. Still has both Protect Shields. I go for Night Slash. I get the shield. I combo with the Aqua Jet. And I'm thinking, okay, I have the Night Slash. Wincon could be I boost here and then one-shot something in the back. So I play to the Wincon. I go for Night Slash. No boost, and it's a Cradilly, dude. I was like so close with the Scizor as well. This is going to do a lot of damage, but Cradilly is really, really tanky. Scizor doesn't quite one-shot. And as devastating of a situation that was, we end up losing just by a hair. Tough one. Man, I would have been so happy if I pulled that game out, because that just seemed like such an impossible win. But it ended up being really, really close. Maybe if I had 15 attack on that Scizor, we would have done like one more damage on the Scizor. We would have won. But it is what it is. Good game there. Next battle, Overlord Raikou. Here we go. Pod into Skelly. So kind of a weird matchup, right, with Fury Cutter. We're doing very little fast attack damage, but we do have the Aqua Jet, of course, to threaten. Super effective damage here. Aqua Jet, bang, comes through. I'm going to let this first one go through, assuming they probably go for like a Torch Song and ramp up their attack. Now, am I going to be able to get to 3 Aqua Jets? It doesn't look like it. It looks like I'm only going to get to 2 here before getting farmed down. So we get farmed down. Got to come in with Talon here. And we're going to go for the Incinerate down. I decided to no-shield this, and he goes for the Torch Song. And Overlord Raikou actually came in the chat after and was like, man, I had the next Torch Song. I didn't really realize it, and I didn't throw it. So they unable to get that second attack off. We chip the Jellicent, and they go straight Surf here. We're going to shield. Surf does a lot of damage to our glassy Scizor. He's frail. In comes Gastro, and here I'm like, dang it, I don't have Trailblaze. But to be fair, this was like the only situation I remember where not having Trailblaze did end up costing us a little bit. But look at how much the Scizor does, man. I mean, that does so much neutral damage. Bang. We knock out the Snail. The Slug. And we're going to go for Night Slash here on Jelly. We get the final Protect Shield. And I actually decide to... I wasn't 100% sure if Night Slash would KO. So instead, I decide to save it and go Talon. To maybe get like an Incinerate off worth of damage. And then I would throw the Night Slash. And they just had to top left. They figured Night Slash would knock out from there. I don't think if it quite would have knocked out, honestly. So if I was them, I would have just played it out to be safe. But maybe they were frustrated that they didn't throw their move earlier. GG's nonetheless. Oh, I'm getting too antsy. Getting too antsy with these queue times. For those of you watching, okay, here we go. Let me know what your favorite in-game pose is. Today's question of the day. What's your favorite in-game pose? Whether it's like one of the legend poses or a different pose, maybe from an event. Oh, wow. They make a beautiful catch onto Genesect here. But we are able to punish this with our Talonflame, and it's 16 turns to a Technoblast. So we're able to get the farm down before anything threatening. Now we've got this energy for Drampa, which is quite nice. I go for Fly. I missed some bubbles. Come on, Rise. Tap those bubbles. Swipe those bubbles. Another Fly here. Get both shields from Drampa. And now I still have 2 shields to hide behind. I guess I decide to let this go, knowing they have to go for a big move to knock me out. It's just a Swift. So I get off a Parting Fly, and we are literally up 2 shields with our Shadow Scizor. I feel like the only way we could lose this is maybe an Incinerate user. And even then, we'd probably be fine because we get to an Aqua Jet and then still have Scizor to get to a Night Slash. But yeah, here we go. Scizor. Still have 2 shields to hide behind. And they top left because from their perspective, right, like they don't know what's in back, but I honestly didn't even need that Pokemon. They can't double kick me down. And I would just invest shields in the Golisopod, so they knew it was no way out from there. And we're able to get a nice set here. I think a 4-1 to climb up to 30-73. I got a couple more bonus battles from the next set here. The lovely H. Shira again. We played her in the last video. Poor Heather. Oh. I throw Scizor here, and this is just... There's no reason for this. Someone in my chat commented why I kept throwing Scizor at Belly Bolt, and I thought they were... I'll come back to it, but Aqua Jet's the move to go there. So yeah, no reason to do that. I was just being goofy. Scizor against Belly here. She catches Scizor onto Golisopod, but that's okay. I mean, this is the better attack for us, and we're able to get to a Night Slash here before going down as well. I get a shield. Nice. So things kind of going my way. And we're going to overfarm here a little bit against this opposing Golisopod. Try to save a shield for our Talonflame. Overfarming as much as I can. And this should be enough to knock out, of course. Does Belly Bolt come back? It does. This time, it didn't really matter, right? Because it was so low. I throw Scizor again. So when the person was like, dude, it was like so low, it doesn't matter. And then Toad's crawling back. Kind of RPS there. Nothing Heather could do. So GG. But yeah, I got kind of snippy. I was like, dude, is that like 20%? I just threw whatever move. And he's like, but you threw it in the lead too. I'm like, oh, did I really? He's like, all right, you can call me out then. My apologies. I don't know why I threw it in the lead there. Aqua Jet, more efficient. Here we go. Bit of a core breaker here. Fortress. Has that Rock Tomb coverage for Golisopod and Talon, of course. I try to make a catch on a Scizor. I'm unsuccessful. Because it's tough. Like, if you have a Talonflame in the back and they have Fortress in the lead, you know your Talonflame's not going to probably love the back line. So I was trying to, like, dance around here, maybe lure out the Talonflame counter. But Belly Bolt here is going to be problematic. At least we get to a Night Slash. But, bruh, this is looking tough because how the heck am I going to deal with this? I shield. I actually don't know if I love this shield. Because maybe saving 2 shields for Talon would have been the better course of action. Oh, and then I really mess up here. What am I even doing at this point? I'm just being a goofball is what I'm doing. And then I get scared and I don't commit to... This is just such a bad game. I'm playing this so bad. In comes Toxtricity. Oh, God, dude. Yeah, so maybe if I had thrown earlier and just committed 2 shields to Talon, we would have had a chance. Like, if I let the first Parabolic go, throw, I guess it relies on them letting their Belly Bolt go down to the Aqua Jet. But maybe I still would have had some play. Then you see, bang, Wild Charge just ends us. And that was pretty poorly played. Pretty poorly played by me. Well played by the opponent. Sometimes you get distracted a little bit when streaming. You get used to it a little bit, but I would say it's it can be harder than it looks sometimes to like try and keep up with the chat and everything while you're playing. But I try to like focus more on the battle. Some people are a lot better than me at like reading chat during the battle. I'm not as good at multitasking that as some people. But here we go. Drampa, the Grandpa, gonna hit us with the fly, but I hope this sets up a big Fury Cutter down for us, and it does. So we got some nice energy. In comes the Skeledirge, and yikes. Last time we were up a shield in this scenario. This time it's even shields, and they're ahead. So this is not looking great. I decide to shield, and they bait me with Torch Song. And then I get a little bit cheeky here with the mechanics. This is the double CMP mechanic, where if you win Charge Attack Party and you have 2 moves, you can queue the next move, and it will act as a quote-unquote double CMP. This is not supposed to happen, so it's a little bit cheeky. It's a little bit, Rise, you probably shouldn't do that. That's not sportsmanlike. I don't know. But we do it. And then I get the final shield with a Flame Charge, and I combo with the Night Slash, knowing Scizor will win Charge Attack priority. And then this is going to set us up in a decent spot. Our lose con, however, this is not over, because we don't have that much energy on Talon. If they can overfarm enough to knock us out and then also land a Rock Tomb on Talon, they will win the game. So this is not over. Scizor trying to put the pressure on here, gonna force him to throw. Look at this perfect overfarm, literally throwing 1 turn before my 3rd Night Slash. They go for Rock Tomb, and this is gonna be so close. Do they get to another? They don't. But very nice overfarm there. And in regard to the double CMP mechanic, it's not something I would ever do in like legit competition in terms of like tournament play, because then in my opinion it would be kind of like unethical. But in Go Battle League, right, it's Go Battle League, it's daily 25 battles. I look at Go Battle League a little bit differently than I look at like tournament play. To me, Go Battle League is more like fun, trying out things, entertainment, than it is like competitive, like a tournament would be, at least in that sense. Even though there is like a leaderboard and everything, but like right now, there's literally, I won't get into it, but there's a whole thing with the leaderboard right now. That's kind of whatever. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below. All your comments are appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.